Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we are going to be testing out some more drugstore makeup. You guys know I'm focusing a lot on drugstore makeup for this month. I bought quite a few new things and I thought it would be fun today to do kind of a viral TikTok makeup video, since there is so many new releases that have kind of gone viral on TikTok, have like sold out at many stores. So I thought we could do a fun video with those products today, plus a few extra drugstore products. I do have a TikTok myself. I do post some Bath & Body Works content and TJ Maxx content on there. I'm not always uploading like every day, but I try to keep up with the trends, and I spend a lot of time scrolling on TikTok as well. And I feel like TikTok always has like the makeup trends first, or trending products seem to always hit TikTok first, because I haven't really heard a ton about these products over on YouTube. A few things about like the foundation I'm going to use, which is the e.l.f. Camo CC Cream, but everything else I haven't really seen talked about over here as much. But I did want to test these products out today. I am the most excited for this video since so many people have been hyping these things up. So let's get started. So I'm going to be trying out actually quite a few products from NYX in this video, which is surprising. I feel like NYX is making a comeback again. I personally haven't bought like a NYX product in years. They had their time like I would say 3 to 4 or 5 years ago when they were one of the cool drugstore brands. They were really producing some nice products at a good price, but now other drugstore brands have kind of gotten better quality, so I feel like they've kind of gone downhill a bit and haven't been really talked about lately. But they came out with some really cool products this year, including their new Marshmallow Primer, which is new for spring. How cute is this? Originally, I was not going to buy this because I thought it was, you know, just a gimmick, but everyone has been talking about it. It's kind of pricey though at $17, so I've heard so many good things, I had to try it for myself. It has a soft whipped texture and transparent finish, so let's try this out. Okay, so I think that's good. Oh my gosh, it does smell good. You guys know I love smells. I wouldn't say it's the best marshmallow scent. The Wet n Wild Cloud Paint, or is that what it's called? I think it is. The Cloud Paint lip mousse definitely takes the cake for best marshmallow scent, but this one has a slight sweet scent to it, but it also smells like makeup or a lotion. And putting this on the skin, it definitely feels like I'm putting on like a face cream or a lotion. It's very moisturizing. This is kind of how it looks. I do feel like it does look really smooth. I feel like everything looks a little bit blurred. So I think it looks good first application, and it feels really good on the skin so far. So I do like it. If you're expecting more of a marshmallow scent, you probably won't get that from this, because yeah, it does, but it's just like super light. I was expecting a little bit more, but that's totally cool. So now we have our base down. Let's go ahead and try out finally this e.l.f. Camo CC Cream. I'm so excited to try this. I've heard it's supposed to be a dupe for the cosmetics, and I've heard it has really good coverage, which you guys know I do prefer a more medium to full coverage. It says that you could wear it as a moisturizer and full coverage foundation depending on your needs, and it does have the SPF 30 if I didn't mention that. So I'm just going to pump like 1.5 pumps on here. I do know this was a little bit more pricey too for the drugstore, which so was the primer. Okay, so I was a little bit worried about the color because I've seen a lot of people getting shades that are just like way too dark or it looks orange, but this one actually looks lighter than I thought, which I do have self-tan on, so that actually makes sense. I do get a little bit of a sunscreen smell with this one. It seems to be blending okay, but it is a thicker type of foundation. So I'm going to blend this down my neck since it is going to be a little bit light for me as of right now. But once I add like blush and bronzer and stuff, it should work, and this should work as like an everyday shade. So here is a close-up of how it looks. It's looking a little bit pasty. I don't know if it's because of the color I got or what, but it does seem to be a little heavy, and it does have a little bit of a glow to it first impressions wise. Now I am going to skip over to the eye, so I'm going to zoom you in. And I don't have anything like super new, but I mean, I'm going to go ahead and use the e.l.f. little bite-sized trios today. I'm just going to use the cream and sugar one because I feel like this is one that a lot of people talk about. So I figured I would just do a quick eye look using this palette. Now, I did order the new Mint collection. So I am going to be doing like a full face of new e.l.f. video, which I will use this again in that video. And I'll have a bunch of their new stuff in there. So I'm really excited for that. My order shipped, so it should be here pretty quick. I don't know which video I'm going to put up first. I might put up the mint stuff because that's like hot new item. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this shade up here, this cream one, into the crease. I will say that mint collection really surprised me. I just immediately thought of like ColourPop when I saw it. So I don't know if they're going to be doing more like collections like that. But I think a lot of drugstore brands are kind of taking notice of what ColourPop does, and they want to do that too. Like also Milani, they have dropped so much new stuff. Like it's never ending. Like it's almost a bit too much, because I thought I picked up a lot of their stuff last week, but they have even more stuff that dropped, like a whole fruit collection. Next I'm going to go into this deeper shade in the outer corner, and I'm actually going to kind of build this up into the crease as well, since the first shade we used is pretty light. But these e.l.f. shadows, they do go on lighter, but they do build up. I'm also going to blend a little bit of that dark brown on my lower lash line. And I'm going to take this color here onto the lid. With these e.l.f. palettes, I do really like them, but I will say I do struggle with the matte shades in here. I feel like the shimmers are definitely the standouts with these palettes. Let's move on to concealer. So I actually have a new one I want to try. I don't think this one's like super hyped, but Flower Beauty has dropped some new stuff, and I haven't tried their stuff in so long. I know they weren't releasing new things for a while. They recently came out with tons of different things, so I grabbed their Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer to test out, and this one is the shade 1L5 Ivory. So I'm just going to plop this on the outer edges and then blend it. I won't use too much. I'm also going to put a little bit on these blemishes I have. I've been trying to focus more concealer on like the inner portion and the upper and not drag it down, because I saw that on TikTok too, that like doing the triangles can really drag your face down and accentuate your cheeks. So that's why I put most of the product in like the corner. But any extra product I do kind of bring up and highlight the face a bit. I will say this does have good coverage, and it's definitely illuminating. Like it's definitely an illuminating concealer, which is not always my favorite, but I mean, we'll see how it will hold up if I set it with some powder. So I'm going to go ahead and set with my number 7 Triple Action Finishing Powder. This I just love for brightening. This one's supposed to be a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury powder. So I'm just going to set this down and try to mattify it a bit. Because if I keep it like that, it'll just like crease up into my fine lines and stuff. And I do think that this powder also really brightens the under eye too. I'm also going to set my face. I'm just going to use this One Size translucent powder. I just really love a good matte finish for myself, since I do have more oily skin. For my brows, I do have some new stuff that I wanted to try from NYX. This also came out just this year with their other products. I figured I would try them in this video. This is the Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen, and I have the taupe shade in this one. It says it's a micro brush tip that delivers precise hair-like strokes to fill and define the brows. I've noticed these micro like pens are super popular this year, especially since Benefit came out with one. Let's see if this one is similar. Okay, so this one just has 1 point. The Benefit does have 3 prongs on it. But let's see what we can do with this. I'm not always the biggest fan of these type of pens. I usually prefer a pencil, but I'm just going to try and create some brush-like strokes. I like to outline against like the bottom and top layer too, just to kind of define it. And then yeah, I try to like swipe up with it. But I don't know if I'm liking this one. It's almost like putting too much liquid onto my brows. It doesn't look very natural. Let me see if I can kind of brush it out with a spoolie. But yeah, I'm not a fan of that formula. It's almost like too wet, that it's putting product down and putting too much of it. But I'm just blending that out with a spoolie, and it seems to be blending okay, so that's good. Okay, we'll leave it at that. There's also another product This one's called the Brow Glue, which they sent me a translucent shade. I would have loved to try this in like a color, but we're going to try this too. It says one product, limitless brow look. Style brow hairs and set into place. Non-sticky, transparent formula with the precise spoolie for an easy application. So this is basically like Benefit Gimme Brow, but it's transparent, which I don't really like transparent ones because I would rather it like actually add something in instead of just setting them down. I want like color as well, so I can just use it by itself. This does actually look like a super glue bottle, which is kind of fun. So I'm gonna put this in so I can set these in place. Ooh. Okay. And we'll see if it acts like a glue. I know like the fluffy brows are in. I'm gonna let that sit, and while that is sitting, let's do mascara. So I am beyond excited to try this. This has literally been sold out in so many different places, mostly because of TikTok, but this is the Maybelline Sky High Mascara. This literally looks insane on some videos I've seen, so I cannot wait to try it. I feel like Maybelline always makes some pretty good mascaras, as well as L'Oreal. Those are usually my favorite at the drugstore. The packaging is really fun on this one too. And then here is the wand. Oh, it's like super flex, if you guys could see that. Very cool. It reminds me of like the plush, how that one was so flexible. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I can already tell I'm gonna like this. I'm really impressed because I have to say last year was very disappointing for drugstore mascaras. I feel like they all kind of sucked. But this is really good. And it's not getting clumpy either. Like, it really separates. Alright, let me feel the brows. Okay, so I was wondering if that brow glue stuff would like make them hard, but they feel pretty good. They do feel like they're gonna stay in place though. They're almost a little bit like gel-like to the touch. Like, it did leave a little bit of a residue, but they're not crunchy. So if you don't like that crunchy effect, you might like this like brow glue stuff. Okay, let me go ahead and do a bronzer. I'm just gonna throw on my Revlon Skin Lights bronzer. This one's very light in tone, but I think it's so just natural and stunning on the cheeks. And I've been liking really more natural bronzer lately. And I go a little more ham with the blush. I feel like that's a little more flattering for me. For blush, I also have a newer one from Flower Beauty. Again, I also picked up this like stick blush, which kind of looks like a little deodorant, but you guys know I love cream blushes. So this is the Gel Crush Lip and Cheek, so you can use it for both. I have Strawberry Crush, and it says you'll crush on this multitasking wonder. Sheer pigments blend beautifully for an instant burst of hydrating color. Let's see. I think I'm going to go ahead and use a little dual fiber brush. I'm just going to place the brush directly on here because I don't want to put this directly on my cheeks. I feel like that's going to make a streak, but if I put it on the brush and then we'll go ahead and apply it. But I got like a lot on there, so I'm just going to use a little bit. Oh, that smells like kind of fruity. It has a glow to it for sure. So that's the blush. It's extremely glowy, which it's not my favorite type of cream blushes. I like something that dries down a bit more, but I don't think it moved the foundation, which is good. This color is extremely natural. It does look really pretty though, just a light pink tint. But yeah, definitely more of a glowy type of formula. Application wise, I definitely prefer the Milani Cheek Kiss that I tried in my last video. And then my last product today, we're just going for a very natural look, is going to be the lips. And I am beyond excited to try out these, which are so hyped that they are sold out like everywhere. At least in like neutral colors are pretty much gone in the stores. And most of them are sold out online, but it's from NYX. Again, it's the Shine Loud lip colors, and they're kind of a shiny liquid lipstick that almost looks like a gloss, but it's a liquid lipstick, so it's not going to budge off your lips, so you can wear it with masks. Now, I don't think this formula, at least from the sounds of it, I haven't tried it yet, it kind of sounds like, what is that MLM that sold these like lip colors that didn't budge? Because that's what it seems like to me. I'm going to look it up. Lip Sense. Yeah, Lip Sense. That's kind of what it reminds me of, at least from what I've seen. But I really want to try these out for myself. I never tried the Lip Sense thing. I have the shade Cash Flow, which is a neutral one that I was able to get. I'm going to apply the color first, which I think is what you do, and then you apply the gloss over it. So let's try this out. So we're supposed to wait 90 seconds for this to dry, and it says these are going to be high shine color with 16-hour zero color transfer wear. So yeah, I think these have been so hyped this year since we're all wearing masks, and if you wear lip color under there, it's definitely going to smudge. So if these don't, that's actually pretty cool. All right, I think it's been about 90 seconds. Let's go ahead and take this finishing coat. It's on one of these type of brushes. Alright, so I wasn't sure if this one is supposed to dry down too, because I do feel it and it is like glossy. So it's comfortable. I mean, the color doesn't rub off because it has the gloss that rubs off. It's definitely not going to budge off the lips, but you do get transfer of gloss. So I guess it just depends if that bothers you or not. I like the color though, and it feels good. Like when you apply the first layer, it's like, ooh, this is gonna be dry, but then once you add the gloss, it's very comfortable on the lips. It's very lightweight too. So let's see, this is kind of the finished makeup look, just kind of natural everyday makeup. I do want to wear this for a few hours and check back with you of how I'm thinking about the products. We'll see how things hold up in a few hours, so I will be right back. Alright guys, I am back. I am so tired, so I am going to wrap up this video. I want to give you guys my thoughts and show you guys how my makeup looks. This is about 4 hours since applying everything. A little close up for you guys. I will say the foundation has definitely impressed me. I wasn't sure if I liked how it looked at first application, but I feel like once my oils kind of came through, I'm really liking how it looks, and I'm actually impressed that it's not overly oily on me after 4 hours, because usually I get pretty greasy. Like, I feel like I don't even have to touch up with this, and it really hasn't broken up on me very much. So I do think so far I'm liking it, and I can't wait to test it out a bit more. I will be doing updates, product updates more frequently, my speed review videos, so I will let you guys know too, and I'll be trying this out again when I do my full face of new e.l.f. too. Concealer. Let's talk about the concealer. I feel like this product is definitely breaking up underneath the eyes, especially in the inner corner portions. It's very crepey. I could see a lot of creasing, so I really didn't like this the second I put it on. I just knew it wasn't gonna work. It was too glowy for me, so I don't think I'm liking this new one from Flower Beauty, as well as their Gel Crush Lip and Cheek. It's really not my favorite blush formula. If I was gonna pick the drugstore blush, definitely the Milani impressed me that I tried last time, like I mentioned. This one is pretty at first. It's very glowy and dewy. I would like something that would hold up a little bit more and doesn't fade so much, but if you want something just super natural, very glowy and dewy, maybe try these. But I have way better cream blushes in my collection than this, so not my favorite. The eyebrow pen, you guys know I didn't care for the eyebrow pen, not my kind of style, and the glue is interesting. I will say it definitely has held the brows up in place, but I do feel like they almost feel gel-like still to the touch. But I mean, I might still keep this in my collection. I feel like it does work if you guys want to do like that feather brow type look. I think it is nice, but it's, I don't know, not a must-have for me again. I do want to mention the NYX primer. I do feel like this did help with the e.l.f. foundation, and I feel like it did kind of help smooth things. I really liked the texture of it, so I'm definitely going to be trying this with one of my favorite foundations to see how it holds up with that and see if it's something that I like, but I do think that's kind of a fun one from NYX. And then I think the last thing is the lip product, which I was expecting a little bit more. I feel like for the hype, I was expecting more with this one, I must say. It is very comfortable on the lips, but it has dried down. It's basically just a matte lip with the gloss on top. It doesn't transfer together, which is interesting, but it was not what I was like expecting. I was expecting it not to like have any sort of residue, but I will say it is pretty comfortable for the first few hours of wearing if you want something transfer resistant, but you're gonna definitely have to keep touching up with the gloss. So it wasn't what I was expecting. I don't think it's really worth as much hype as it's getting, in my opinion. So far, overall, first impressions, we definitely have, I would say, some like nice mediocre things. There's some winners in here, some things I'm not really a fan of. Oh, I almost forgot to do the mascara as well. The mascara I do enjoy, and it hasn't really transferred at all underneath my eyes or anything like that. I think the mascara is definitely a win. So far, my top favorites from this video is definitely the e.l.f. foundation and also the Maybelline Sky High mascara is the big winners this time around. Otherwise, everything else was just kind of meh. I don't know. The NYX I'm still having to test, but I like how it is. So these three could be the winners of the video. But yeah, that's kind of my first impressions of these products, testing them out a bit. I will definitely update you guys in my speed reviews as I mentioned, but I'm going to go ahead and let you go. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.